Hey Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing messages and predictions about your career. And to do this reading we are going to be picking 3 piles together, so that's 1, 2 and 3, and let's see what we have. So for pile number 1 you have the Lover. For pile number 2, you have the Mystic. And for pile number 3, you have the Gem. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There you go. So for pile number 1, you have the Labradorite. There you go. Let me put it up close so you can see. For pile number 2, you have the Kyanite. And for pile number 3, you have the Hematite. And this is what your crystal looks like. So take a look at which one of these 3 cards or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. But as I always encourage you, if you feel drawn to more than one pile or maybe all of the piles, trust your intuition. It will always guide you to the right readings. You may just hear another message that you are meant to hear, a certain prediction that's coming for you that you're meant to hear. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey Soul Family, welcome to your shuffling and pile preparation process. It is so lovely to have you here as we prepare for your piles. And in today's reading, we are taking a look at messages and predictions about your career. And to do this reading, these are the decks that we will be using. On the left are the Oracle decks and on the right are the Tarot decks. And if you're interested in any of the decks that I use, you'll find that I leave their names down in the description. Okay, so this one's persistent. Down in the description box. Oh, I think pile number 3 has 2 cards. In that case, I think we may be invited to use 2 cards for each pile. Okay. Next. Thank you. 1, 2, and 3. As for the tea leaves, I feel like, as we always do, dividing them into 3 parts this way, it's easier to shuffle. Ooh, okay, so that is done. 2, thank you, there we go, and pile 3, there we go, that's it. Okay, so pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Let's now pick up your tarot cards. And we'll be taking 2 cards for each pile. There we go. Oh yeah. The Emperor, look at that. If you are watching this pile preparation process with the Emperor, you know, the Emperor has built a huge empire, is able to go after and get the things that they want and build the empire that they've always wanted. So if you're watching the pile preparation process, do know that you're gonna get there with regards to your dream, and what you want to achieve in your career, what your goals are. You will be more than capable of reaching what you want, especially with the headless man. That's known as an archetype that knows how to go and get what they want regardless of anything. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1. That's definitely a strong message there for you if you're watching the pile preparation process. Okay, so lovely to know. Think about your goals, whatever it is that you want to achieve, you are going to make it. Okay, so next, let's pick up 2 cards. 1, I feel this one, so I'm gonna take it. Whoa, thanks. I'm gonna take it here. That's there. These are the 2 for the 3rd pile. Now we need 1. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's divide this deck into 3 parts because it is a rather large one. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 2. Thank you. 1 and 2. Lovely. So, our 3 piles for today's reading are now ready. Let's put them neatly together to prepare for your reading, to begin your reading. So that is pile number 1. So, pile number 1 with the Labradorite. Beautiful. There we go. Pile number 2. Let's put these neatly together first before we add the main card. There. So that's pile number 2. And let's add the Mystic card up top with the Kyanite. And pile number 3. There. Pile number 3 with the Gem and the Hematite. So, your 3 piles are now ready for today's reading. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I love you guys very much. And let's get straight into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Labradorite There you go. As well as the Lover's card. So let's take a look at the rest of your cards and see what your messages are and your predictions with regards to your career. Okay, so as usual, we're gonna start off with your oracle cards first. Let's take a look at your tea leaf. Wow! So you have coins. Money will be coming your way. Such a favorable card to get in a career reading, isn't it? And you know, now that I'm seeing the Lover and coins, I feel like you're gonna really love the type of money that's coming in. You know, you may not be seeing it just like the Labradorite, but then look at the magic when you move it around. So I really feel there is a lot of magic in this area of your career and the next phase of your life. It seems like you're really gonna be loving the money that's raining down on you. Let's get some more information. So you have Mercury in Pisces. There we go, just being careful with the new YouTube rules. You have inspiration. Love that. I see you very happy with the dancing here. I feel like you're going with the flow and you're also celebrating something that the sun is getting, like something is entering your life that you're really going to be celebrating. And I see you going with the flow. There's a lot of loving energy here, happiness, feeling happy, loving what's coming in, feeling blessed. That's the type of energy that I see here so far. Okay, that's lovely to hear. Let's find out more. So you have the Crow and Dogwood with intelligence. And how about we move these here, right? That way you can see both, and then put your oracle cards right there. Okay, so you have the Moth and Eucalyptus with an ending. And this is the Death Head Moth, I believe is what it's called. It's nocturnal. So that's giving us a lot of clues here, especially with an ending. This shows me that perhaps in the area of finances in your work, something was difficult. See, the Death Head here reminds me of the Death card. So there's great transformation happening. And since this is nocturnal, which means navigating in the night, you probably didn't know how these difficulties were going to end, especially financially. And it looks like that's why there's celebratory energy here that you really are happy about, because this tells me that it wasn't easy, especially in the financial area of your life. And I see great transformation. And with the eucalyptus, you know how they use it in spas and in areas that salons, so they use it to put you in this calm mood. It's not necessarily a calming herb, although I could be absolutely wrong with this. I'm not really sure, but I do know that, well, it must be if they use it to calm you down, right? Let me check that. Yes, it is believed indeed to reduce symptoms of stress. So if you're feeling at the moment, if you're worried, if you feel like you're navigating alone, if you feel like you can't see ahead, and you're feeling very worried about something, especially money, I would say, with regards to your career, I feel like you're going to be celebrating a huge lump sum soon, or maybe you're celebrating a deal that is getting continuous flow of money, or maybe you're getting a raise in your salary. I'm not sure yet how this is happening. I'm sure we'll find out more as we take a look at your tarot cards, but great news are up for you ahead. Right, so you have the Tower card, and look at that, a lot of stress. I can totally see a lot of stress going on here in this pile. You're really afraid. Do you see the figures falling of the Tower card, which is of course one of the symbols in the Tower card. And this tells me something, actually. We'll talk about it in a second. But I feel like you're very afraid of falling. You're very afraid of something. with your career at the moment. You have the Two of Wands. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you able to see your Tower card? My apologies. In case you haven't, there you go. Right. You have the Two of Wands. You have the Empress. As you can see, something is coming ahead. Some sort of rebirth, especially with the death and rebirth here. Some positive rebirth is happening in this pile for sure. Whoa, that's an extra card in this deck, and it's called the Matrix. As you know, choosing between the red pill and the blue pill. That's probably why you have intelligence here. Let's explore more, because this reading is about messages and predictions. So you certainly have a lot of messages in your reading. You also have the Death card again. Wow. Huge transformation is coming up in your situation. That's for sure. And it was 13:03 as I was saying that. I looked at the time, the video time. I'm not sure if after the editing it's still going to be the same, but 13 is the Death card, so that's amazing. Okay. It probably won't. Because at the very beginning there was a sound that I'm sure I'm going to be taking off. So yeah. Anyways, the King of Pentacles. Ooh, the Fool card. Beginning anew. So there's a new beginning here. Is this a cycle? And you have the Page of Wands. This specific Page of Wands, because with the zebra walk, it reminds me of crossing the street to the other side. So you're crossing that past that difficult situation at the moment. And yes, it has to do with money, because you have the King of Pentacles here, confirming that for us. So King of Pentacles, this is receiving a huge lump sum of money. Right, so Morpheus, speaking to Neo, look at that. Two of Wands is suggesting the same thing. That's why you have intelligence. This tells me that you are at a point where you're going to make a very important and significant decision in the area of your career coming up. It's going to be a very important decision that you take. Here we can get more information about this decision. This is no easy one. Here, as you know, if you've watched The Matrix, Morpheus talks to Neo and tells him to decide for himself. He tells him, now it's time for you to take one of the pills. The blue pill, you can take the blue pill, wake up, forget what happened and live your life the way you're living it. Or the red pill, you take it, you learn everything that you want to know about the truth, but then you take the responsibility of it. So it's like showing him how deep the rabbit hole is. I feel like you are invited to make a very important decision, or you're about to make a decision. Maybe you don't know about it yet, but you're going to make a very important decision in your career. Or perhaps you've already made that very important decision and you have decided to go further down the rabbit hole or to do something that may not be easy. These could be handling as well, the decision to handle two things at the same time. So, for example, especially that this is 2.0. So I'll give you an example of the two energies that I've introduced here with regards to a decision. Maybe you're deciding that your work is not stable and that you want on the side to pursue something that can give you the type of stability in case you lose your work. So that could be, studying something on the side, like you want to pursue programming and AI, or maybe you want to pursue marketing, or maybe even you want to pursue your own business, or maybe even getting into social media, something or the other in your free time, and handling these two things at the same time. That could be one route, depending on how this energy is resonating in your life. Another route that this reading is taking us towards could be that you perhaps would choose one thing that may not be easy to choose, but in the long term, it could be much better for you. This could be choosing to let down a promotion that you would be very useful for you, because there is a bigger opportunity coming up that you're waiting for. And although this small opportunity would be great, but you know that perhaps your company would tell you, well, we just promoted you. And it'll be harder to wait longer because that's right under your nose, but you know it's way better for you to take that other decision, because in the long term, this will definitely pay you better and make you more stable. Or it's taking the bitter decision of saving your money, although there are some things that are really, I don't want to say catching your eye, perhaps you're really, we're planning to buy that are tempting, but it could be about taking the decision to reinvest this money or save this money for your safety later on, allowing you to look for a better job or allowing you to find better investment opportunities. In all cases, it seems like with that decision that you're taking, you're going to transform your whole situation, because at the moment I see it is very stressful. You cannot see ahead. But I see a clear message with regards to predicting the energies of your future, that there is a lot of money raining down on you. And in fact, I feel like it's pretty soon. It's not something that's far off when it happens one day. I feel like it is something that is very near in your energetic realm. Taking that bitter decision may not be necessarily easy now, but very near, you could be making a ton of money out of it. Let's get more information about what this decision could be for you, what you're advised to do, and also when is this money expected. Oh, you know what? Look at that, 13. This is even the number of the death card in tarot. Sorry, there we go. This moth card. It's even the number, my apologies, there we go. It's even the number 13. Maybe this popped up as we were asking for the time, by the way. Maybe something is happening on the 13th, 12th, or the 13th. I don't know of what yet. But, well, Pisces, we are in Pisces season. That passed. Perhaps it's saying that this energy has already started. This cycle has already started. You are, however, advised to make an important decision, or maybe you have already made it. But I'm not sure when exactly. But you will be very soon getting a lot of money. And this is not something very far. This is something quite near. I would say maybe it depends on when you begin. I would say it depends on when you begin, especially with the infinity symbol and the Fool card. This is the card 0, but I feel with the infinity here, it's like there's, I don't want to say error, but it's kind of like it's forming. It depends on when you begin, you will have it. But in all cases, I genuinely feel like this is very, very fast energy with the Page of Wands, jump starting and moving, crossing to the other side quite quickly. So yeah, your energies here are showing that you're going to love the finances and the money coming in as you're shifting this energy for yourself. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be very good in this area. So let's now continue on the advice that you are meant to hear. my dear pile number 1. I feel like this was the deck that was up top on my desk, so I'm gonna use that for the advice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you have the 9 of Swords. I see, like, yes, I see you're stressed. Especially the Knight keeps coming up here for you. So you're really stressed. And with Intelligence here, you want to do the right thing, but perhaps your mind is full of clutter. And at the moment, maybe you have to take care of so many things at the same time that your headspace isn't clear. You don't know what you need to do. And that may be the biggest issue here that your spirit guides may be advising you with. To clear your headspace and make things clearer. And I'm sure, I haven't seen the cards yet, but I'm sure we're going in the direction. But I'm open-minded. We'll see what your next cards are. So 9 of Swords. Man of Hearts. This is the King of Hearts. Maybe some of you want to be on social media, right? Anyways, wonderful day. And it says 15 minutes. That stood out to me. You have the 8 of Pentacles, which talks about work and mastering something that's going to grow. Look at all this money. Okay. Maybe it's an uncomfortable decision or something. Women of Intuition. This is the Queen of Swords. All the swords here. You have the 8 of Intuition, which is the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, by the way, is feeling stuck. Not knowing what to do. And you have the Man of Wisdom. Man of Wisdom is the King of Wands. And look at this guy figuring everything out, putting a system for everything. And things are working like clockwork as he enjoys his coffee. Okay, so let's see how this energy reads with your advice. So first things first, of course, I can clearly see here that there needs to be mental clarity. And so the 15 minutes in this case stood out to me. I really feel that your advice here is to take, oh, look at the 2 kings. That's balanced energy. To take a little bit of your time to think about and write down what your goals are. As so long as maybe you're not very clear on what you want to achieve or putting your ideas all down on paper. Like, what are the challenges? What are your suggestions for solutions? What are the next steps that you want to take? You may feel like your mind is cluttered. So 15 minutes, I believe, talks about taking the time to maybe list things, as you can see here, to bring your thoughts, because it's coming out of the head. Bring your thoughts out and write down, so I'm in this situation. This is what I need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I feel as you write things down, you're really clearing your mind with the Queen of Swords here. And with that, you'll be able to understand and have clear goals of what you want to do next. And it will be much easier for you to tackle things because you know these are your goals and what you want to do. This way, you're not going to be feeling... what is the word called? Because we have a choice here in the 8 of Swords. You're not going to feel worried about the decisions that you take. You know why? Here, we see this woman wearing a mask, probably thinking of different solutions. You know, there was a huge conversation about this in the last few years. People saying, should I go au naturel? Should I follow the doctor's advice? What do I do? Have a lot of people who thought about this. So I see this figure here trying to take a decision, right? And feeling stuck, because this is a serious situation. And she will definitely be paying for the consequences, right? So she needs to really think about it wisely. And that's the choice that I see here. I see that in order to be able to take the best decisions for you next on what you need to do to make your life go in the direction that you want, especially with intelligence here, and the crow has to do with psychic abilities, you will be able to intuitively as well as rationally make the right decisions as you list everything down and give yourself the right tasks to do. Because if things are just, floating around, you'll feel like overwhelmed. But when you really have decided what to do, you will take these steps that you would otherwise think in your mind, oh, why would I do these? I don't have a plan anyway, or I don't know where this is going. But once you have things clear, you do start taking steps. So I feel like it's going in that direction, clearing your mind by taking just a little bit of time, maybe even literally 15 minutes, to put things into perspective, to balance your energy out and how you're feeling with the King of Cups, by listing things down. So I feel like with the Queen of Swords is telling you to get more organized. The more organized you are with what you need to do, having some sort of task list or some sort of plan, it will give you a clear direction or on where exactly you need to go and what type of small tasks you need to do, even if it's, doing a little by little. Sometimes it's not about getting there right away. Sometimes it's about doing little steps every day. But when you have a clear goal, then you don't feel as worried about taking little steps every day, that will soon turn out to be something good. I feel like here your spirit guides are telling you automate things as much as you can. I see workers here or employees. So this could mean co-working with other people, maybe collaborating with other people, or if you can with the boss here, maybe you want to hire other people, or maybe you want to ask your company to create a team for you. Yeah, something along these lines. Working with others for sure. Because everyone has an amazing contribution, and together, especially with the system, you'll be able to do something marvelous. So in the beginning, it could be taking a lot of your time, but really later on, this could be just systemizing things. It may not have to do with the figures on the back at all. It could also be systemizing things. It is a general reading and it's going to resonate for everyone in a different way. But like I mentioned, it could be as you organize your tasks to systemize them. Every day at this time, I'm going to do this. I don't need to worry about this area of my life any longer. And every week on Mondays, I'm going to be doing that, and nothing else is going to be done during that block of time. And that's what's going to help me, work on that side project that I want, and so on. All in all, there is the advice of clearing your head, knowing exactly what your goals are, just taking a little bit of time to take what's on your brilliant mind on paper and taking it little by little as you plant these new seeds and you make them grow. So this way you'll be able to make much better educated decisions, as well as you being able to trust how you feel about your decisions much more confidently with the crow once you have your thoughts in place. And this is telling me here in your reading, as you can see, that you're going to be able to cross on the other side very quickly. You're creating some sort of rebirth with the 2.0 and the death cards appearing in your reading, my dear pile number 1. So yeah, organizing your tasks, your thoughts, your futures about your plans about the future, making the right decisions. And look, my dear pal number 1, you're going to be loving the money that's coming in for you. It kind of shows me vagueness in time. I usually am able to predict time very quickly during readings, but I feel like it's a bit vague here because we were like, okay, 13th, Pisces, that's March, but that's already passed. This is a timeless reading, by the way. Take it as it resonates. but with the time, it may or may not resonate with you. So in all cases, timeless or not, I'm not able to put my finger on the time. I feel like it's going to come together and form in the ether as you take the right decisions and start right away on this brilliant system that you are creating, that you know without thinking what to do from now on. My dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I have enjoyed your reading very much. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books. I want to announce to you guys that there is now an option for you to pay with other payment options like debit card and credit card other than PayPal. I used to get a lot of emails every day for you about you guys asking me for that. It's there now. And yeah, if you're interested in buying any of my productivity books, they will really help you out in your journey. You know, the productivity handbook could help you really tackle your goals, not just now where you're motivated after reading the book, which absolutely will motivate you, but it teaches you how to keep being productive every single day of your life. It's these ideas that shifting your mindset about how things work, where you're not just working hard, but you're enjoying the process. That's the whole trick. And if you are interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this book down in the description box. There is an audiobook for that. Also, as you're there, you may want to check out the Productivity e-cookbook. I've partnered with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in, who together we've created a book of 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes. That's the whole idea. Giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. There are clear instructions, there are clear nutritional values, a clear picture of what to expect the meal to look like. Also, there's a vegan version if you're vegan. If not, there are no duplicates. You may even want to make use of both ebooks and enjoy them for the rest of the year. Take your mind off of this area and eat healthy, delicious food every day. My dear pile number 1, this was your reading. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you're interested in any of the 2 ebooks, by the way, like I mentioned, they're down in the description box. Love you guys very much, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Kyanite, as well as this card, the Mystic. How interesting. So this is what it looks like. It looks like it has a moth here and 2 eyes. Let's explore how this fits into your reading. And today we're taking a look at messages and predictions about your career. All right, so let's check what your tea leaf has. Horse, short journey. Okay, let's keep it here. And you have Mercury in Scorpio with extremism, some sort of contract or something here. Let's find out. Like this person is being unfair to this person, but look at that, coming from above, coming for them. Very angry bird. Okay, let's keep it right there. You also have the chipmunk and laurel with success. Love that for you. Pile number 2 in career reading. Love that for you. Okay, and you have the hawk and thistle. Yeah, with the graceful persistence. That's really cool. Okay, I'm getting a lot of messages so far. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. Also, Mercury is catching my attention. Right, so you have the 10 of Swords. Looks like you feel weighed down. Something unfair is happening at the moment. You feel that something unfair is happening. With all of the eyes, maybe you can't put your finger on what's wrong, but you kind of feel like something is unfair. For sure. You have the Devil card. Yeah. You feel like something is wrong, evil, unfair, you're not being treated fairly in an area of your career. Maybe you have a manager that is very focused on themselves and not being fair to you. Maybe you feel like you've worked very hard and you deserve something that you're not getting. Maybe you feel like the system is failing you, something along these lines, and you feel like you don't know what to do. You generally don't know what to do. But look at that short journey. It looks like whatever is unfair here is not going to stay there for long. Short journey shows that this is something temporary. It's not going to continue. And look, you have the chipmunk with Laurel, and it's showing us a lot of success, especially in your journey. Especially in your story. So your story may not be the regular, like you feel it's not ordinary, it's not going in the direction that it's supposed to go, but it's going to lead you to a unique type of success. Like things are happening for a reason, because the chipmunk, it takes the road that's less traveled, but it finds amazing things along the way that other people haven't discovered, and they get to see what others don't see, and they get to find things that other people don't find. So it may look at the moment like it's unfair, but it's an experience that will, without you realizing, take you in a direction that is going to create a lot of success for you. The story is going to unfold in a surprising way, and that's why you have the mystic here. You are going to really be surprised with what it's making you see, where it's taking you, and the type of people you're going to encounter in your way, the type of proposals that you're going to get because of your journey and in spite of your journey, and how you're going to be putting everything together is going to be an amazing journey that will lead to a lot of success here for you. So 10 of Swords shows that this is really the end of something, right? The 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands is end of a very torturous cycle, especially the 10 of Swords. End of this journey where you feel stuck, because look at the Devil card in the 10 of Swords. The Devil shows us that this is an illusion. You are never really stuck. The Devil card in Tarot teaches us that when we really think it's an illusion, most of the time the chains around the figures shows that it's not really there. They're just there because they're convinced that they're stuck. You know what this exactly reminds me of? It reminds me of a story that I read a couple of years ago, maybe more than a couple of years, 10 years ago, I think. And one of the things that I read was learn why elephants in the circus, why they never run away. You might have read this too. And the reason elephants, although they're huge, you know, if they decide to run, they're going to cause a chaos in the circus. They can kill everyone or many people as they run away and free themselves. But if you wonder why elephants never think, with all that strength that they have, to run away, at least that's what I read. It's because they tie their legs with this big heavy ball, metal ball. Once they take them into the circus. And you know, this is like the whole circus thing. We all agree that this is absolutely, like, we should never be attending them. This is horrible, but I'm just taking the analogy here. So kindly bear with me. So what they do is, or what they used to do is, they used to put a metal ball, and then the elephant would try to run away for several days, and the metal ball will be holding their feet. And they would try and try and try, and they would fail until they form a limiting belief in their minds, that it is impossible to run away from this place. And it forms in their mind so hard that later on they're able to take this metal ball off their legs, and they never attempt to run again. Because mind you, as you know, if they decide to run, they will run and they will wreak havoc, but they don't. So this energy here, especially with the Devil meaning illusion, is showing me that you might think that you are stuck. You might believe that you are being treated in such an unfair way. Looks like there's some sort of barbaric unfairness as well for some of you. So someone or a system is failing you, a manager is failing you, job, your work, rules are failing you. You feel like something is absolutely unfair here. This is not going to continue. And in fact, there is the advice, because this reading is not just predictions, it's messages about your career. So there's a message here with the hawk. You know, the hawk has great eyesight and is able to look at things from a bigger perspective, right? From a bigger picture. Don't look at what's going on now and how unfair this is. I feel there is a message of taking a look at things from a bigger picture, and maybe even taking a decision that might take longer to apply, but to have your eyes on that goal, because it's more important than the little story about what the unfair things that are happening, maybe even in your workplace. An example of what I want to say is, maybe you're being advised to look at the whole market. So let's say you feel there's a lot of unfairness going on at your work. Maybe this is advising you to look with the eyes here, to look at the whole market. You might find better options by just looking, you know? Or maybe this is talking about letting that team or company fight over positions and all the little things like that, and maybe doing your own thing that's going to lead to huge success one day. Not sure where this is taking us. I know this is a general reading and each one is going to resonate with you in a different way. Each reading speaks to you exactly from spirit, as if it's meant for you. So you may know what this is talking about, but at the end of the day, I feel like there are some decisions that you may need to take. And the biggest message here is, don't look at the small picture, because this could be, you know, check to check, when the universe is really trying to take you to do something that may not be about check to check. Maybe it's about opening up your eyes to other ways of making money, or other ways of doing what you love. Depends on where the unfairness is. So it's a reading about opening up your eyes. First of all, the unfairness here going on is going to be very short-lived. That's good news. The second thing is, the universe may have done this little pinch, because it looks like a pinch. It's not going to continue, actually. But it may be to wake you up, to check other options, to see what could be better for your future. You know, like a small pause, allowing you to stop and think. Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Are these my dreams, or do I have bigger dreams? Can I start planting the seeds to some of my dreams? I see with the Laurel, you know, intellect, like rational thinking, using the mind to really think beyond this situation, beyond the unfairness here. Because the more you invest your emotions on what's going on here and feeling frustrated, may be taking away from what the universe really actually wants you to see. It's not about being frustrated in the event. It's about taking yourself out of the event, like the hawk, and seeing the bigger picture, like putting everything aside. What is my goal? What are my dreams? How can I achieve the things that I want in an easier way? Do I need to put some stress on myself now? Do things that I don't feel like doing now to have that freedom in the future, or to be able to do what I want in the future? Maybe it's not really comfortable. Maybe it's not comfortable. Maybe it doesn't feel safe. Maybe it doesn't feel like it's something that you want to do, to go out and put yourself out there in the market and see what else is there. For example, if this is what the reading is about. But it may lead you to what you want. So, of course, looking out in the market was just an example. Take it how it resonates in your life. Where do you really want to be? Where do you really want to go? What I can clearly see, and it's not about, you know how they say the devil is in the detail? It's not about the little details or the little who said what today or who did what today or what rules are changing today. It's about looking at the future and start focusing on the future rather than today, and asking the important questions. Where do I want to be? Where does my success and my heart lie? And with that, to create a new vision, just like the moth goes towards the light, and that's the direction that you start putting your effort and your heart into. That's exactly what I see so far. But let's continue. So you have the Judgment card. It says social media. Maybe some of you want to divert your attention on social media, or maybe create a product and advertise it on social media. Oh, look at that. Maybe some of you want to have a podcast in specific. Yeah, something or the sort. Some of you want to put your music out there in social media. Maybe some of you want to create a store on social media. Something like that. Maybe some of you want to be on Instagram. It's endless. But with the judgment, it's again like the hawk, rising above the situation. It's time with the clock here. It's time to rise above all the little details here and think about what matters, what's right. You know, if there's an unfair contract, it's kind of like the energy, you know what, keep your contract, I'm leaving, goodbye. Something like that, you know, and looking at what is important. So you have the gamer. Oh, maybe some of you even want to be gamers, you know, maybe you want to do something fun online. Anyways, so this is the Seven of Wands. This is facing your challenges, the Seven of Wands. Facing challenges. You have the Six of Swords. I love the Six of Swords. You know, she protects the travelers. Maybe some of you are traveling, especially with the hawk here. This Maori goddess of storms. Yeah, storms. Something is not right for sure. Travelers, maybe this is, see, that's how you're protected. Didn't we notice that from the beginning? She protects the travelers. So spiritually you are protected. Whatever is going on here is not going to hurt you, but you're maybe advised to leave one way or the other. Like leave the job or leave that energy and focus on what's important, something like that. And as you shift your attention, you're going to be protected. If you're worried about things not succeeding, you will find your way and you will be protected. You have the Four of Swords. Tough journey for sure at the moment. It feels so. You have the Sun card, and look at the sun melting the snow. Look at that. Although it's a tough journey, you're about to melt all of this cold energy from your life, for sure. It's going to be very positive for you. Once you see the light, like removing the illusion, you'll feel like, oh, I'm so happy because despite of all of this, I'm moving in the direction that I want, and you're creating what really matters, you know? And you have the Hanged Man. This is an invitation to shift your perspective. See, you'll find your positivity. You'll find what you're looking for as you shift this perspective of not keeping yourself stuck in a certain place or certain details that really don't matter in the grand scheme of things, but rather shifting your perspective to doing what is important for you. For some of you, it looks to me like it's social media, but again, please take it as it resonates. Right. Six of Swords also, of course, in tarot is about moving to calmer waters. Slowly but surely moving to calmer waters. So I really can see for you, my dear pile number 2, that it is difficult at the moment. There is no question about that. I mean, the Four of Swords is a card of resting. but you do see here that it's scary, that it's cold, that the direction is not clear. And for this reason, you're advised to take yourself out of the details where you can't see. You know, I'll tell you something funny that hit my head now, all of a sudden, about seeing things too closely. You know, when I was a little girl, I used to draw some things, and then I would show it to my mom, and she would go, "Oh my God, that is so beautiful." So I was so happy that she loved my drawings. And so I used to stick the drawings in her face like that. So that, "Look, Mom, look, can you see it? Do you like it?" And then she would take the drawing and she would say, "You know, if you stick it to my eyes, I will not be able to see these beautiful details. You need to show it to me a little bit further." And she showed it to me. She put it on my face and she said, "Can you see anything?" And I said, "No." And so she took it a little further and she said, "Can you see it now?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "That's exactly how you do it. If you want to show someone something, for them to be able to enjoy that amazing art that you've done, you have to put it a little bit away." So it stuck with me, you know. This was when I was like, I don't know, 4 years old maybe, and I still remember this memory. And from then forward, I used to be careful and show people a little bit further so that they're able to see what I'm showing. And so this is kind of going with the message here. Don't look too closely, or you may not be able to see at all that amazing things that you're supposed to see. Take your emotions out of the unfairness. Emotions, not mind, just your emotions out of this unfairness, and step back. Take a few steps back. What if you detach yourself from all of this drama or all of this unfairness for now, and take a few steps back, just like the Hulk, and think, right, so what do I want? What do I, pile number 2, want in my life? Is this really what am I gonna fight over a small piece of the cake? Or why don't I create my big, delicious cake? Or maybe there's another way of doing things. Is this what I want? Maybe they should just have it. What do I want? I feel like the universe is inviting you to look, ironically, I was going to say closer, but I meant look closer at the bigger picture. What do you want? Or look closer in that area. What do you want? Take a few steps back and think, what do I want to do in my life? Maybe I'm meant to do something way bigger. Maybe the doors are closing here so that I finally do and follow my heart. So at the end of the day, my dear pile number 2, you are really protected. This Maori, I love this Maori goddess of the storm. I forgot her name. I remembered it. I usually remember names by remembering words. Let me check. Hold on. So her name is Tauhiri Matia. Let me give you a small sneak peek on how I remember these names, especially stories that I'm fascinated with, and maybe it's part of your reading for us to interpret something here, like a decoded message. So Tauhiri Matia, I would usually do the number 2. I know it sounds Tau, so there's an A here within the 2. Tau. Hiri, I would draw an ear. So Tau, Hiri. And then Matia, I would draw a mat. And again, add the A that I saw here. So Tau, Hiri, Matia, right? Or maybe I would put the A here, not here. So Tau, Hiri, Matia. Now this makes me think of something. This is a 2. This ear looks like a 3. So this may be a time here, 23. And since it's lining on the 4 of swords, maybe the 23rd of April, there's a significant event for you on the 23rd of April. This mat is giving me blank energy in terms of date. So perhaps something by the 23rd of April. And that's how I remember some of the gods and goddesses names that I really love. So I'm sure now we'll both remember her name, Tauhiri Matia. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. There's a lot of success, a road that not many people will take like you, a road less traveled that will lead to unique type of successes that's coming for you. You'll celebrate huge success coming in your life. And whatever is not going right at the moment is only for a short number of time. Take a look at the bigger picture. Some of you will be on social media, not necessarily, but some of you are maybe even market on social media. And it's all about shifting perspective to see the light. This is exactly what I see for your reading, my dear pile number 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity book. I know a lot of you wanted to get it and you were waiting for a debit card or a credit card option. It's now on the website. So I wanted to announce that because I get a lot of emails every day asking for it. So guys, it's now on. And the productivity handbook, guys, it will really help you achieve your goals without missing every single day of your life. It's not about, working hard and feeling stuck. It's about learning how to enjoy the process. It's about changing your perspectives on so many things that make you do it in a much healthier way. And it's about learning how to depend on you when motivation is not there. So if you want to check it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also the Productivity e-cookbook, which is a book that I've released just a few months ago, 2 months ago. And I've partnered with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in. And we brought out 210 recipes of healthy and delicious meals that are meant to be cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. There's also a vegan version if you're vegan. If you're not, you can make use of both ebooks because there are no duplicates, and it really has clear steps on how to make this meal very quickly in a delicious way. There's a clear picture. You can see what to expect. Also, there are clear nutritional values. And if you're interested in checking any of these 2 ebooks out, you'll find links to them down in the description box. And my dear pile number 2, wishing you the best in your career and for what's to come. It looks like you're going to be creating a lot of success in your life that's coming here soon. A lot of things are drastically changing for you soon. You'll be taking much better and more educated decisions that will make things hit off in a great way for you. This is exactly what I see. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and don't forget Tauhiri Matia. See you guys in your next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful hematite, as well as, let's keep the hematite here, as well as the card, the gem. Isn't it interesting how we see a gem in the rubble? And look at that, your hematite matched perfectly with the gray, with the background gray. Again, showing that there is gems or crystals or, there is something very worthwhile amongst something that may look like a rubble at the moment. So let's see what this is trying to show. Keep your crystal right there. And today we're taking a look at messages and predictions about your career. So you have frying pan, trouble, accusations. So it looks like it's not looking so well at the moment. There's something you're worried about with the frying pan. In fact, here the energy reads like you're feeling like something is about to catch fire, something is very urgent, something is pressing, and it's making you feel the burn for sure. Something is going very quickly with that high intense heat. Let's find out more. you have Saturn in Cancer with charity. That's actually wonderful. But of course, Saturn again shows that there is difficulty. But the wonderful thing about Saturn a lot of the times gets a bad rep. Because yes, with Saturn, we do go through very difficult times, but that's reading exactly what Saturn does. How interesting. Saturn, although puts us in what seems to be chaotic and abrupt changes that may be difficult temporarily to deal with, but it does take us in to reaching out and finally touching dreams that we may not have dreamt about having and living in and being unless we went through these major changes. So that's the type of messages that I'm right off the bat getting for your reading here. I get a strong message that predicting that these difficulties that you're going through now will lead to you getting something so big you would only imagine in your mind if you were to get closer to this energy in the past. So yeah, especially with charity, it's like the universe is gifting you something wonderful and you're able to receive it. Maybe once you are able to handle the responsibilities, like beautiful children, once we're handling beautiful children, we've got to be responsible adults to do that. Or handling something, we must have the skill set to keep it and make it to grow and enjoy it. That's the type of energy I'm picking up at the moment. You also have the antelope and wheat with nourishment. Wheat, reminds me of Demeter. She is the goddess of harvest, and just like you're reading here, she did go to the underworld. She wreaked havoc on earth because she was so sad. No one seemed to care when Persephone, her daughter, was taken away from her into the underworld. And it felt like she was alone, and because she was so sad, the harvest on earth died and the winters killed the crops and life was dying. And so Zeus helped her out in her journey of finding Persephone because, everything was dying, life was dying, and so he had to take action. And a long story short, she was able to, despite the rules of the underground where Persephone took a bite from the pomegranate, and when you take a bite in the underground, you can't come back up. It's a long story, but even with all of this, she was able to make a deal and have Persephone come a couple of 6 months of the year, and so many other things. So yeah, there's a win here. There's going through toughness, but making things work for yourself. In fact, wheat is planted in huge amounts, and so that shows blessings, a lot of blessings, maybe even a lot of money coming for you. Wheat, it feeds the poor, feeds the rich. It's planted in large amounts. Everyone needs it. So it looks like you may be creating a service or a product that so many people will want, or you'll be paid, I want to say, lavishly for this service that you are providing. Something big is certainly coming out of the difficult situations that you're going through at the moment, and you will find that you've found a gem within this rubble as you go through this difficulty. And yeah, I think you will be teaming up with important people through your journey, because Demeter joined with Hecate, in the underworld. It was kind of Hecate to help Demeter find Persephone and take care of Persephone in the underworld. So I think you'll be meeting some key people in your journey moving forward that will really be helping you out here. Do you see that? And along with you transforming your journey, I think you will be creating something. In your reading, I see you creating something. And I think you're being pushed because the universe is pushing you. That's Saturn energy. Maybe you feel like you're running out of time. Maybe you feel like you're scared of losing your business or your job or something. Like something is running out of time for sure here. Maybe you're afraid of financial running out of time. It may not be the job, maybe it's money. Something here is certainly pushing you, and it is pushing you because the universe wants you to create something that it looks like it will be sold in huge numbers. You'll be able to make a lot of money through something that you create, my dear pile number 3. Let's find out more. So you have the skunk and magnolia with protection. And look, the first thing I'm seeing with the skunk and protection, you know, when we see a skunk, we run away very quickly because of the bad smell. We don't want this bad smell to stick to us for a couple of days. But it says protection. The skunk, first of all, does that for protection. So we have the energy of protection here. You're afraid of being of something happening to you. You're trying to run away from it, but I really see the universe telling you, don't be afraid. It's not going to happen to you. It's not going to happen to you. What's important is that it wants you to focus on that creation that will really take you out of this whole game in the first place. Okay, let's find out more for you. Or that game, it could be a plan also, you know? It could be a plan. That action plan, that product, that service. Yeah, it's focusing more on what will give you the best and biggest results. Right. You have the Page of Swords. Look at that. Wow. Page of Swords is a curious archetype. One that could be considered a newbie, but goes vigorously after the information that he or she needs, that they need. And they're so thirsty for information that they're never discouraged, you know, the storms and everything. It's that, you know, when you are so passionate about a certain topic and you're looking after it, you know, you're searching Google, you're buying books, you're reading, you're asking, you're just hungry for that type of information. That's the energy of the Page of Swords. You're like, I'm gonna get this information. You ask your professors when you meet them. You ask people in the field. Whenever it arises, you know, maybe it's a financial type of information that you want. You ask an accountant whenever you meet one. You ask a lawyer when you meet one. You Google. It's like you're after it until you get it. That's the type of energy that I'm seeing here. And for this reason, I feel like you're being guided to seek some sort of information. Like go after knowing about something. Or it could be starting a product or a service that has to do with something, a mental creation. What do I mean by that? This could be like writing a course or creating some sort of training, writing a book, or I wanted to say 2 ideas and I said it at the same time. Writing a book or creating a training course. It could be sharing your ideas. A researcher, maybe you're a researcher, researching for something. What else with the Page of Swords? Finishing your homeworks, finishing your studies, getting that certificate. If you're supposed to go after a certain certificate, finishing your master's degree, finishing your MBA, to focus on something that you know will make a big difference. And the magnolia here, by the way, is, you know how the magnolia flowers are thick. They're one of these flowers that evolved to protect itself from the damage of beetles. So it's kind of giving me this message of to have thicker skin during these tough times. These tough times are not meant to break you. These tough times are meant to create you. That's exactly your message. And you will come out just like Demeter taking Persephone from the underworld. You will come out victorious and blessed with something amazing that will bring you a lot of fortune. And I see an invitation with the Page of Swords to start thinking about it, to start creating a plan, to start moving in that direction by making the plans necessary to go there. It could also be, like I mentioned previously, a mental project, a creative mental project, or like finishing up a research, writing a book, creating a training course, something like that. Please take it, of course, how it resonates. I see a storm here. You might be drawn to pile number 3 because there was a big idea here about storms. So you might be invited to check pile number 2 if, of course, you are called to it. Ooh, so you have the Lover's card, and the Lover's card is a card about choice. So it's making a certain choice here. I wonder what this choice is. Let's find out more. You have the 10 of intuition. That's the 10 of swords. And you see it's holding an eye, having a vision towards what's important. Maybe with the 10 of swords, letting something go and focusing on what is important. Making an important choice for sure. This reminds me of the quote, the storm here. When the wind blows, some people build walls and others build windmills. And that's the vision here and the choice. There is a choice of making use of the circumstances that are going on at the moment to grow and to make a choice, maybe in a different direction, or to do something out of it while you can. And to see the benefit coming from that, rather than to mask your eyes and feel like it's supposed to hurt you. You are protected, that's for sure. But these times, just like the Saturn energy is inviting you to go down and come back up with something amazing. So it's inviting you to make a different choice, to see how you can make use of this time, of what's going on in your life to create something amazing. You have and look at that, 10 of swords means it's an end of a difficult time. So it could be very difficult at the moment, but that's not going to be staying there for long. You have the Boy of Hearts. This is the Knight of Cups. Oh, look, maybe somebody's messaging you with a hey here. Okay. I've envisioned with this card in my mind, like your first customer buying something from you. I know this is a general reading, but I saw it in my mind, so I have to mention it. I really saw it clearly with this hey. I felt like someone saying, hey, I would like to buy your product. Something like that for some of you. Okay, so you have the Devil card. Like we discussed in pile number 2, this is an illusion. I see why you could be really attracted, being invited to watch pile number 2, because there was this energy of something being difficult and it's an illusion. Really, it's not meant to stay there and you are not stuck. So with the Page of Swords, it's about thinking outside of this box and thinking of what creative pursuit or what you may want to create from these difficult times and look ahead into what matters. You have the 9 of Swords, and I love this. It's a Korean creature, a Korean monster that eats people's nightmares, protects them in the dark. It's nocturnal. Nocturnal also came in pile number 1. You may be drawn to all of the piles, but especially pile number 2. So it's nocturnal. They come. Bulgasari is the name of this Korean monster. So yeah, they come and they protect people at night, and they protect them from evil spirits that are nocturnal. Yeah, evil spirits that are nocturnal. They eat the bad dreams. They're just wonderful monsters, really. So again, we get this idea with the devil card. If you're afraid of something, if you feel like something is running out, don't worry. You are protected. All right, so it's amazing how in different cards and in different mythologies that exact message came up in 2 and 3. Isn't it amazing? If you watched pile number 2, you certainly know what I mean. Okay, so you have the 5 of Cups. Maybe you feel like you've recently lost something. Maybe you've lost a lot of money. Maybe you lost an opportunity. Maybe there's loss in general happening around you, and it's making you feel afraid. It's making you get sleepless nights. Don't worry. At the end of the day, don't worry. You are protected, and you will be assisted and helped from above. Do you see that? And so you have the Magnolia telling you to have thicker skin. That's not to call you off, by the way, at all. It's to encourage you to know that you are protected. Don't be afraid, kind of having thicker skin, and to think towards what's possible. Like I said, towards what you may think is impossible. Go after your gem. You're gonna be making a lot of money in specific with a new idea or a new pursuit here. It's like, start it right away. Make that choice and begin. Ace of Wands. It is a creation, and look at that. This creation is bringing a lot of results for you. A lot of flowers here in the 10 of Swords. Again, you creating maybe the flowers and selling it. A customer telling you, I love your flower. I love what you've done. Thank you so much for providing that. So you have something that is super useful to others. And imagine if you keep it away, how you may be, without knowing, preventing this knowledge or this service from helping others. So consider it, my dear pile number 3. In your pile, this is a choice with the Lover's card. It's a choice that will take you out of these nightmares forever. You're not stuck, because with the Devil card, being stuck is an illusion. It's not real. And so by taking that decision, you take yourself from the energy of lack and being scared. You end this torturous cycle with the 10 of Swords, and you create something that will take you from this rubble, will take you from this energy, and you would have started a new journey for yourself that will actually bring you a lot of wealth. Now, maybe you don't want to have your own business. Maybe this is not about you creating your own business or writing your own book. Maybe this is simply about having the boldness to look somewhere else. There's the using of the mind here for sure. Like, be curious, it says, I believe, and look around you. See other ways of doing things, other options. Yes, certainly, like engaging your mind with the Page of Swords. What can you do? I see options with the sword here. Like, don't just look at the 3 swords or crying over spilt milk. There are more options with the 5 of Cups. Don't be disappointed at what happened. There are more options. And that's what your cards are inviting you to do. Look at other options. Make different choices. Or take different actions that you haven't taken before. Act in a different way to get a different result. See, you'll definitely be creating something that will get you the results you love. And you're going to be very blessed in your journey, my dear pile number 3, for sure. That's exactly what I see in your reading. And if you came from pile number 2 and you wonder how I remember Bulgasari. Bulgasari reminds me of the brand Bulgari. And I love this character. Such a sweet monster. All right, I don't know why I shared this with you guys today. So this was your reading, my dear pile number 3. This is exactly what I see for you. There are gems, huge lump sums of money coming up for you, and I feel like it's having the power, just like with the hematite, the power and the strength to see what your heart is pulling you towards, because that's magnetism. What is your mind and heart pulling you towards doing, and making that choice will really begin something that will give you a far different energy than the one you're already in. Don't worry, you're protected from this energy, but also it's pushing you just like a magnet to go in a direction that is far better for you and will be bringing a lot of wealth for you. This is exactly what I see. I hope you've enjoyed your reading, my dear pile number 3. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books. By the way, I do want to announce that there's now debit card and credit card on my store, because you guys were emailing me every day telling me that what if you don't have PayPal option. I'm very happy to announce it to you guys. It's now up on the website. And if you want to check out these books now, you know, the productivity handbook really helps you to be a productive person right away, not just now, but forever, for the rest of your life. It's like shifting mindsets and understanding key concepts that will forever not just keep you motivated, but also keep you working towards your goals even when you're not motivated. It's that shift of mindset. It's learning how to enjoy it rather than to go against it. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook, and also I've released 2 months ago a productivity e-cookbook, and I'm very happy to bring you to help you with the same thing. I know it's a cookbook, but it's there so that you can enjoy being productive. And the reason for that is that a lot of people feel like in order to eat healthy and find delicious food all the time, it takes up a lot of our days. And this is why I was very passionate to collaborate with, like I said, a nutritionist that I personally love and believe in. I hope he does a YouTube channel. If he does, because I keep telling him, if he does, you guys are gonna love this channel. I'll be sure to tell you guys about it. Anyways, this ebook has 210 recipes of healthy and delicious food that is meant to be cooked in a matter of minutes and prepared in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. There are clear instructions, clear nutritional values, a clear picture of what to expect. And there's also a vegan version. And if you're not vegan, you can even make use of both books, because there are no duplicates. And if you're interested in any of these 2 ebooks, you'll find links to them down in the description box. And my dear pile number 3, wishing you the best in your career. May you find, just like Demeter, all the blessings that you have been looking for. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.